Congratulations, everyone, for First Date.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So how does it feel that First Date is being featured at the Sundance Film Festival this year, even though it's virtually? You know, I got a chance to see it, so it's all good on my end.
In Inception right now, I'm waiting for like the dream to collapse. So.
The excitement of it all still hasn't stopped. It's just like every day, like, wow, this is happening. It's very cool.
Well,
every day is a dream.
Every day is still a dream. Well, nonetheless, getting a film into Sundance is an accomplishment by itself. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So gentlemen, let's start with you folks first. Where did the original idea actually came from for First Date? And don't tell me this actually happened on your first date.
When I was 17, no. Actually, I was having car problems, and I was here at Darren's house and just kind of complaining, like, why does every used car I have just fall apart? You know, it's not fair. You never know who had it before you, what they did to it, like what they took care of it, like. And that sparked the idea. What if a high school kid bought his first car, he wanted to take his crush out on a date, and it just had a crazier past life than you would think about, and he just got wrapped up in like a one crazy, insane night adventure, and we're having breakfast.
Yeah,
right?
we just kind of worked it out over breakfast. Had it all outlined. Pretty much the whole story was outlined just over breakfast, and we spent the next 24 hours kind of just detailing it out a little bit. And but it came together
quickly,
pretty quick. Yeah,
it just kind of, and that's why we knew we had to then not only write the script, but make the movie ourselves, because
that doesn't always happen.
Sometimes you're kind of working over the pages in the outline for a long time, and it just all came, it all materialized pretty quickly.
Well, I guess all great things comes during breakfast.
Yeah, important meal of the day. Glad we didn't skip it that day.
Exactly.
Well, for Tyson and Shelby, could you tell us what initially attracted you to this project?
The script was wild. When I first read it, it was, so many genres mixed in one film. As an actress, that's super appealing. A little challenging though too, especially being new to, acting and doing my first feature film. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to have a romance. I'm gonna have to do some action stuff, be funny sometimes. There's a lot of aspects to it, but I was just drawn to mostly the character a lot, her personality, or what I seen her personality as. I could relate to her on a lot, but she also has a lot of personality traits that I wish I had. So it was that really attracted me to the role.
Tyson?
Yeah, for me, it would be mainly Mike. The story, of course, pretty much what Shelby said there, but Mike himself just growing into himself. I think that was something I was dealing with even at the time that I was auditioning. And so I got a lot of like growth as an actor, but more importantly as a person, because I would see the problems that he was dealing with and like kind of look to myself like, okay, am I having those same problems? And reading the story was like this kind of a mentor, or guidance for myself in a way, to just being a better person and looking out for myself. So that's what kind of drew me to it. Life imitates art imitates life.
That is true. Gentlemen, why did you guys choose a 65 Chrysler? You could have chose any cars out there, but why a 65?
Yeah, we actually wanted a 67 Chevy Impala, but when it came, it was just kind of, we actually started filming before we got the vehicle as well, because we were still looking for it.
Right.
But it really just happened that
our producer, Brandon Krause, found the New Yorker up in Santa Rosa one day, just kind of randomly, and it was within our budget and had the look.
Totally fit the look.
It
Yeah.
needed to look run down, but still drive, and also kind of look not like a cool classic car that a teenager would be stoked to drive, but something that looked kind of like a grandma's car in a way. But as you kind of get to know it and look at it under the right lighting and see it in different situations, you start to see, wow, this is kind of a beautiful car. It has a really interesting look to it. Like, there's something about it, you know, it's got a lot of power in the hood or whatever it is. Like, the first kind of biased appearance should be a little deceiving, kind of like with the main character of Mike.
Tyson, what was it like driving that car? Because I can't imagine you being so young that you drove anything that old. I don't even know if you even know what a Saturn is or anything like that.
Yeah, my mom used to actually have a Saturn, but driving that car was great. It was fun. That engine's pretty powerful, so I kept it pretty tame, pretty calm. But just other than that, like the characteristics of the car, like I would just randomly, like during the set when we weren't shooting, I'll be sitting in the car just taking pictures, and no matter like which angle I kind of got it at, it just was really photogenic. So just the style of it, I just really loved, and it gave me an idea. I was like, maybe I'll shoot another film with like a classic car and kind of have like a suit or something to just match the image. So yeah, I really like that car. I miss that car too. So
Wow. Just out of curiosity, because I'm part of the older generation, but I never even drove a 65 Chrysler or anything like that. And just to let you know, I have never seen an 8-track before. So what was your reaction when you first saw it?
I saw the 8-track.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty cool. I like old stuff, kind of like Mike does to himself. So it was pretty fascinating to actually mess with something I've never seen or touched before, but only heard of. So it was just kind of like time traveling in a sense. So it was very cool and unique, and it just allowed me to dive deeper into the character of Mike too, to see like where he kind of has his interest at and why he is the way he is.
Well, excellent. Shelby, you played a tough girl on this in this movie because she knows how to box. So tell us, do you know how to box?
I do now. Kind of. I do. I mean, I did a lot of actually a lot of training. Went into, you know, I didn't have, and my audition tape shows I have no experience in boxing. So thankfully, you know, Manuel and Darren believed in me to learn and make sure I could do it. But yeah, I can kind of box now. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to learn, definitely.
So how was your fight choreography for your scene? How did you prepare for that, and how was that experience?
We did. I trained with a local trainer, Phil Weaver. He helped me out a lot, and then he helped all of us with the choreography. So the fight scene was very, you know, there was a lot of things I had to remember and when to do what and not to actually hurt the other actor, which I did a couple times on accident. But yeah, and I have to give it to Jesse, the actor that I, you know, fight with a lot. He went in fully into character in those moments, which it was good for me. I needed that to really, you know, portray it, I feel, correctly. So it was actually a lot of fun, but it was tough sometimes, especially doing it over and over and over, lots of bruises and yeah, but it was fun.
Sounds like you want to do that again.
I would totally do it again. Yeah.
Manuel, Darren, one of the things I love about this film is that you have like a variety of colorful characters. But I was just curious, is why did you make the criminals absolutely bonkers and the cops a little bit more serious take for a film like this?
Well, without getting too much into like plot spoilers or anything, we felt like we wanted the cops to be someone that Mike would, you know, kind of trust more than the others a little bit, at least Officer Davis in particular, and also, you know, just that actress Nicole Berry and then Sam Adamola. They kind of just brought that level of seriousness to them, and you know, they're cops, you know, perhaps for a reason, maybe take things a little more seriously. However, the criminals, you know, we were first of all inspired by a lot of like 90s crime movies where the criminals are kind of like just odd you're going into a life of crime, you probably got a few screws loose in your head anyway. And the actors brought so much to that. What we really wanted was just to have every character in the movie be someone you just wanted to spend a couple more minutes with after their scene was over. So we kind of treated it like that, not having any small parts, and gave the actors a lot of freedom to develop these colorful characters and their complicated relationships. And it just makes it a fun ride to watch because you don't know who the main character is going to come across next.
Yeah.
Excellent. And Tyson and Shelby, I understand this is technically your first feature film at Leeds. How was that overall experience for you? Because once you have a movie like this under your belt, you're probably going to want more to do things like this.
For sure. Yeah, no, it was, for this to be the first like lead role, first feature film even, is amazing. The fact, I mean, we're at Sundance, like that's incredible. Definitely does leave you wanting more though. I for sure, would love to continue and make more movies. When the acting bug is in you, it doesn't ever die. So making it to Sundance really just like sparked something even more like, wow, this is pretty cool. Like my work helped make this possible, and that's really, really special.
Tyson?
Yeah, it was a fun challenge because I've never done really anything like this. So just accepting something new just felt good. Just felt really mentally refreshing to just kind of venture into this new world, from the acting side and from the actual story side of things. So just diving deep into that. And yeah, I want to do a lot more projects from here on out. Acting is pretty fun. And that's what I kind of like used to let go of the pressure, was just to remind myself, just have fun, man. It's life, this is an opportunity you get to have. So enjoy it all. So.
Wow. I'm fearful for the fact that your bar's now going to be set so high because your first movie is a Sundance film. But for everybody, I want to talk about, without spoiling the finale, but how fun was doing that scene for the finale, because that was crazy. I mean, I had to watch that scene over and over again because it was so much fun.
Yes.
Nice.
That
was incredible.
It was
exhausting, but it was very fun.
That was the most difficult thing I think
And
either of us had ever
I was going to say,
done.
yeah, we worked together for the last 10 years on different projects. But yeah, it was a huge undertaking. We've never, I think, it definitely, it was unlike anything else we've ever done.
Right. And
so it was really exciting.
Right. And when
fun.
people ask, did you write to a budget in mind or something?
Yeah.
You look at that, it's like, no. But being heavily inspired by Robert Rodriguez and kind of this idea that, he always kind of talks about how you can kind of creatively think your way around a lot of problems you may encounter, and as long as you try.
We had this saying on set, what would Robert do in this situation? So that really got us through.
Yeah, that's how we made it happen. But when we were there, and when like the team was there, the actors are there, and things are happening, and I'm like behind the camera, and Darren's got the B camera, it was thrilling because that's what you dream being a filmmaker is when you're a kid and you see like George Lucas on set directing or whatever, like, and it happened, and when it was over I was just kind of like, wow, we did that.
Yeah.
So
over like 5 nights. Long nights.
Really long nights, but so much fun.
Yeah.
And it was cool because when I read the script originally, I was like, how is this going to happen? Like how, I'm reading it and I'm like, this sounds super cool, but I'm like, how is this going to, how are they going to do this? I don't know. And then when I showed up to set to start filming those days, I was like, there was a lot going on. And I was like, this is super cool. Like they are making it happen. And it was just so fun. I'd never done anything like it. But it was a blast.
Tyson, one last word?
Yeah, for me, it was almost like getting this news of getting into Sundance, because it's something I've always wanted to do when I knew I was going to get into acting. But yeah, because like I watch a lot of behind the scenes of movies, like from some of my favorite films. So it felt like I was the behind the scene of the movie. And I don't know if that makes sense, but but yeah, it just felt good to have that moment. I've always wanted to do something like that, and it was just a ton of fun. Just felt like a kid again. So
Excellent. Well, let me wrap it up with one question, and this is open to all of you, because we're obviously doing everything virtually, and we're meeting, long distance on Zoom. How are you folks staying sane and creative during times like this right now?
Well, it helps to have a tight network of friends and family you can always call and talk to, and then beyond that, just coming up with ideas and actually working on this film kind of bled into the quarantine period and post-production a little bit. So it's kind of been something going on, and that's definitely helped keep me sane.
I agree. Just keeping in contact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Netflix and originals and shows, and now I've been walking around talking with an accent like I'm in Bridgerton, but really trying to work on my craft. And I'll like Bridgerton, I see a scene or something, and I'm like, and I go in the mirror and I'm I try and do it myself, and that's why they're in Bridgerton and I'm not, but we're working on it. And that's how I've been able to, just stay creative myself and, doing weird actor things like that, I guess.
Tyson, you're last.
yeah, it's honestly, at first it was, of course, everything was weird, but I just realized like, oh, I have a lot of time to just evaluate myself and take care of myself mentally, physically, and it just felt good to be in like my own creative space and just kind of watch a lot of my favorite films and catch up on films and be able to take notes and watch different actors and actresses perform and just kind of take from them and grow my own career. So yeah, it hasn't been too bad.
Excellent. All excellent answers. Well, hey, everyone, thank you very much for speaking with me about First Date. And once again, congratulations for making it to Sundance with this film. And I wish you guys well in future projects. Hopefully they all make it to Sundance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.